Hey guys, welcome to Sports Take. This is the first episode on our new YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jake Klanik, and on my right, I have Alex Woods, and on my left, I have Garrett Pulaski. In the NBA, the Spurs and Rockets played last night. Spurs defeated the Rockets 103-92. San Antonio now takes a 2-1 lead in the series. With that and Tony Parker's injury, do you think that will affect the Spurs moving forward?
Not at all, because as we look up, as last night the Spurs won their first playoff game without Tony Parker since 2001, but that also ended Tony Parker's 221st consecutive game started in the playoffs. And as we look, the Spurs defended, they locked down James Harden, they played magnificent defense and offense, I'm not going to lie, and Kawhi Leonard, he's a beast. No doubt, I would take Kawhi any day, but as we look, the Spurs, they have some issues, rebounding, but I think, with Patrick Mills and Manu Ginobili on the bench, they could come out, and I think that Tony Parker's injury will not affect the Spurs, as I said, with Manu Ginobili and Patrick Mills.
All right, what about you, Alex?
I think we'll have to wait and see how this plays out, the injury. I don't think it will affect them at all. I think Patty Mills is a great backup for him. He played 30 minutes, got 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 15 points against the Rockets in Game 3. It's not terrible for being put in shoes to fill that are pretty high standards, expectations. If you keep into account Leonard and Aldridge both scoring 26 apiece, I think that's just too powerful for the Rockets. I mean, when you have Ariza for the Rockets playing 46 minutes, it's terrible. You need to utilize your minutes and, give them to better people like Harden. He only played 40. I know that's a lot, but Harden's got to play more than Ariza.
All right. Speaking on Tony Parker, do you think that this is the end of Parker's career in the NBA?
I don't think so, because as we look in the past, we have Kobe Bryant, tore his ACL, came back, he played, but didn't play at the high level that he's needed to. But the Lakers winning 5 rings with him, and then they come back and he's not even making it to the playoffs. That's not acceptable. But Tony Parker, he's also on a team that's built for the playoffs with the longest streak of being in the playoffs, like consecutive streak. And if he comes back, he will not play as good as he just did. I think he will play 1 to 2 more years in the NBA.
What about you?
No way he's done. Like you said, past players, great players like Kobe Bryant, have come back from injuries. They might not be like the same as they were before, but they still give it their all. I think he'll come back for a solid 2 to 3 more years. I think he'll go pretty long still, but I don't think this injury is gonna end his career.
All right. On to the next topic. The Cavs won pretty big last night, 115-94 in Toronto. They now take a 3-0 lead against the Raptors in the semifinals. Now, Garrett, do you think the Cavs are the most dominant team in this year's playoffs?
Hell yeah, because the Cavs are 7-0 in the playoffs right now, and I just want to point this out. The Cavs, if they win Sunday in Toronto, the Cavs will become the first team in NBA history to record 6 sweeps in a 7-game series over a 3-year span. Now that just shows you 3 years with 6 sweeps. That's really good, especially because it's 4 rounds. So sweeping first round this year, the Cavs they had a hard time on defense. I'm not gonna lie, but how they're proving to play against the Raptors, winning by at least 15, 10 plus. That shows you that the Cavs have the skill and mindset to what it takes to get to the NBA Finals this year.
All right, and Alex, your thoughts on the Cavs being the most dominant team in the playoffs?
It's a throw between them and the Warriors, of course. Warriors have a super team. Cavs have a great team. LeBron's the best player in the world. No, he's just unstoppable. Kyle Korver's been phenomenal off the bench, hitting clutch threes. JR's been great starting lineup, hitting threes. Kyrie's been great driving to the hoop. That's not. That's pretty rare for a point guard. Kevin Love's been pretty great too. Tristan Thompson, great offensive rebounds, but their defense is just wasn't looking greatest in round 1. So if they can buckle down like they have been the second round, I think they might be the dominant team. In the,
As I would like to
playoffs.
point this out, last night on the bench, Korver came off and scored 14 points, 5-7, and 4-6 on threes. And as long as Korver shoot hot like that in the playoffs, then the Cavs have no trouble on offense.
But the defense is what is skeptical and might hurt their chances for another title.
Yes, that will.
All right. On to the next series, Celtics and Wizards. Boston takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Who do you guys think will win the series?
Wizards in 7.
No, Celtics in 6. I think Isaiah Thomas, after losing his sister, he's gonna, play his game for her. I mean, you look back and you see John Wall can't play defense on him. Maybe the second game or third game he did. He scored 53 points.
Yeah.
In overtime, 53.
Okay.
Who guarded him?
John Wall.
That's
Look at the
terrible
next
defense.
game. Isaiah scores 13 with a Washington Wizard win with a 20-plus victory.
Okay, but right now the Celtics are up 2-1. They have home court advantage, so I really don't think that if it does go to 7, there's no way. I don't think they're going to lose at home.
But look at how close the first 2 games were.
Still W's though.
That is true, but I think the Wizards needed a win to get their mind mentality into the game. They might have that mentality going into tomorrow's game, and I feel that the Wizards will come out in 7 games.
I think Celtics are going to get the next W. Then the Wizards are going to play their hearts out, get the next one after that. But I think easily Celtics in 6. I just don't think there's any way that the Wizards, even though they have John Wall, he's a great player, I just don't think there's much other talent besides him on the team that could.
John Wall
carry.
is one of the most athletic players in the NBA right now.
What's Isaiah Thomas then? He is too.
But he doesn't have the athleticism as John Wall.
Okay, maybe,
John Wall can get down the court in a good 5 seconds.
all right, but I mean, it's not always fast break points. I mean,
That's true.
if you don't have a team behind you and you have to be forced to, carry the team on your back, overhaul of, playing time and stuff, I just think he's going to get exhausted and no one there really to help him. I just don't think.
Well, what do you think the better team is, Wizards or Celtics?
Celtics by far.
You're going to say that the Celtics are a better team.
I'm saying that for sure.
So if the Cavs played the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, who would win?
Cavs.
And how many?
5. I give the
5.
Celtics one
Okay,
game.
okay. Now if the Wizards went to the Eastern Conference Finals,